Hey, what is going on, Virgos? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I'm going to be using the Pulp Tarot again. I know I've been using it for a while, but I just can't seem to put it down. Yeah. So with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what is going on for Virgo? What do we see coming in for Virgos? What message do we have for Virgos? This is different. First thing I see, Virgos, I feel like there is someone new coming in. But for them, it doesn't feel new. And it may be for both of you, because first thing I see is I feel like it's... we have the High Priestess and the Magician. I feel like this person knew you were coming. They didn't know you, but they knew. There's something... They felt something coming. Like I said, this could be on both sides, but I feel strongly that this person, their intuition was telling them everything that they've been manifesting is about to happen. And like I said, I feel like with this person, the first thing I feel about how this person really is, I feel like this person has their shit together. I feel like, when you see this person, it's a very commanding presence. I feel like when they walk in a room, they're in a room. They just catch your eye. And you definitely caught their eye. But like I said, I feel like they're just following their intuition. They're just, like, their intuition led them right to you. Like, they felt this coming. And for this person, it's very different as well, because like I said, I feel like this person's always been about, having their shit together, and they weren't really looking for someone. But lately, they've had this feeling that someone's coming, and they've been embracing it. Like I said, I feel like this is something that they felt it coming. With the Six of Cups is usually a past person, but they don't know you. And they've been thinking about you before they even knew you. And once they saw you, they knew you were the one they were waiting for. I see this person, they're going to be very straightforward and direct with you. And like I said, I feel like when you first meet this person, you're already going to feel very comfortable with them. You're going to feel like you've known them, and they feel like they've known you because they have. Just not in the real world. I see this is huge. It's not very often you see someone know you before they even knew you. Like, they knew you were coming. And like I said, they're embracing it. We have new love. We have the Lover's card. This is something that I feel like was truly meant to be, because, the world brought you together, with that new love and this connection that feels deep. It feels a lot like being home. It's a very comfortable, very, even though it's new, it's like a fearless connection. With that Nine of Swords in reverse. I mean, the world has brought you together. I mean, they knew they were going to meet you before they met you. Now, what you're going to get from this person is someone that's very... I mean, I see this person rearranging, putting a lot of work in, rearranging their schedule. Something that this person doesn't do, trust me when I say that. And readjusting their schedule to spend more time with you and to be around you. And this is someone that's going to show up. Putting in the work, putting in the effort, always and forever. I see new stability with this person. It's a very stable connection, being on the same page, both wanting the same thing. I mean, feeling very comfortable in each other's presence. Like I said, it's like you've known them for a lot longer, and it's gonna be very easy to trust them. And what I'm seeing is trust that energy because it's very genuine. It's very authentic. We have the Empress and Emperor. That king and that queen finally finding each other. That protective meets the nurturing. Very strong, very powerful, but also very soft and very loving. All mixed in one. Like I said, I feel like this was definitely something that was meant to be. It's not very often you see someone, someone knows you before they knew you. And that's why, like I said, I mean, this person with the Queen of Swords, very direct. Queen of Wands, not afraid. And I mean, the King of Wands as well. I mean, not afraid to go after what they want. And like I said, with this person, I feel like they've always kind of kept their head down and always concentrated on stability. But with you, they can't keep their head down. They don't want to keep their head down. Like I said, I don't feel like this person is necessarily someone that really gets out of a schedule, but I feel like this person adjusting their schedule just to find time to be around you, because I do feel like they work a lot, or they work hard, but they never really took anything as a priority before other than work, other than stability. But with you, you're a priority to them. This is someone, like I said, they're going to show up for you. They're going to put in the work for you. Very protective, very nurturing. I feel like you've met your match here. And like I said, even though this person wasn't really looking, it doesn't mean they're coming in without, being ready for it. I mean, they've been ready for you before they even met you. And the reason why I said I don't really see this very often, and anybody that's watched me can verify this. I've gotten this a few months ago. The Four Kings. All four kings showing up to the party. And that's something you don't see very often. Like I said before, last time I said it, I've seen it maybe 3 times in the last 4 or 5 years. And now I'm seeing it again. It's not something you see every day, but when you get it, don't hesitate to see that. It's not something, like I said, it's very, it's very nurturing. You're getting all sides of it. Like I said, this person brings so many things to the table. I mean, they bring drive, compassion, love, intelligence. I mean, this is the full package. They're bringing it all to the table. And like I said, I mean, I do feel like this person with that Queen of Swords, it's they're very determined when it comes to you. And I feel like because of that, I mean, I do see you getting what you want. We also have the Sun card, a lot of happiness. And then we have the Family card. I mean, it's like that power couple. Very nurturing energy. This person, like I said, they don't look up very often. They always keep their nose to the grind. But when it comes to you, they felt you coming, and they knew you were coming, and they were ready for it. And moving forward, I mean, like I said, we have that Family card that you see get what you want. We have the Two of Cups and the Hierophant. A very strong union you're going to have with this person. This is someone that's going to show up. This is someone who's putting the work continuously. This is not someone that just shows up looking for a good time. I mean, they felt you coming long before they met you. And they're not afraid to put themselves out there. I feel like there's a part of the way they've been feeling, the way they've been thinking about you. I feel like it's a part of it. I feel like you brought out a little bit of passion in this person. It's it's like in life we got to balance ourselves. But anyway, I'll get into that in a second. With this person, we have all signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. And I know I said it, but I got OCD, so I had to, I know I said it was all signs, so I really didn't have to specify, but OCD kicked in. It's all about balancing yourself. It's all about having that spiritual balance, and I feel like you brought that to the person without you even knowing about it. I feel like it was all kind of all work and no play for this person, and now lately they've been feeling you coming, and they've been waiting for it, preparing for it, and actually excited for it. And so when you meet this person, they're going to be very forward about it, very, very to the point, very blunt, very honest, very direct about what they want. And it's something that is just coming to them naturally. It's not a line, it's not a bunch of bullshit. It's something that they've been feeling. You bringing out some passion to this person, really showing them a different side of even themselves. But that's the thing with balancing. A person that's truly balanced, excels in all levels. And the Four Kings is kind of what's telling me this. It's not about just being hardworking. It's not just about being intelligent. It's not just about being emotionally mature, and it's not just about being passionate. It's all in one. And I feel like I said, I feel like you really met your match here, because I feel like it's something that really levels you out as well. I feel like you're at that place too, and it's like two people coming together to, finally, that ascending energy, like going to that next level together. Yeah, I've never really quite got a read like that before. I like that. I just feel like sometimes two people are ready, and when they're both ready, that's when the universe kind of steps in and brings it together. Like I said, with that world card, everything coming full circle, being exactly where you're meant to be at the moment you were meant to be there. And I am seeing that this person saw you long before they saw you. They felt you long before they saw you. It could be on both sides, because I am getting a very strong energy between the two of you. Normally you may come off as shy, but with this person, I feel like it's very open. It's very, very casual. Feeling very comfortable with this person very quickly. And some people have a hard time being comfortable with new people. Even for those people, this is one of those things where I don't feel like it's going to be an issue. And I feel like sometimes we meet people that, even in the beginning when we first meet them, we felt like we've known them. It doesn't feel like a new person at all. And what I think when I think about that, it's like your energy's been out there. Your energy's been together before you were. It's like, I honestly believe that everybody, when we start off at the beginning of our life, there's this trajectory, and it's sending us toward the right person. And sometimes we get off that a little bit by, dating the wrong person for too long, or, giving up too early, taking a break. But our journey is always heading us toward that person. And you got to think about it as like, and the best example I can think of right now is like, say you and this other person are reading a book. You start the book at the same time. But for you, you're reading 2 chapters in, you decide to go get a coffee. But they're still reading. A couple more chapters in, you decide, you're going to go take a break, go do something else for a bit. But they're still reading. Then you come back to reading. Now this person decides, okay, well, I'm going to go get something to eat. But you're still reading. So you're both going to get to the end of the book eventually. But sometimes it takes longer for one person than the other. Sometimes but eventually you both get there. And that's what I think life is like. I feel like you're both reading the same book. You both started at the same time. But, if you're reading and all of a sudden, in this scenario, you get in a relationship. So you put the book down for a few months. That relationship's terrible for you. And you try to make it work. You try to make it work. So you take what should have been a 3-week relationship and end up being a year. So that's a year you took off from the book. And that's the thing, like, that's the hardest thing about life, is the fact that when you're with someone and they fill a lot of your cups, but not all of them, and, or even if they're not who you think they are, but, if you see something in somebody and you can never get it out of them. Sometimes people try too hard for too long. They put in too much effort into something that, is just wasting their time. And sometimes we have to go through that journey to understand the next journey. It's like a movie. There's some characters that play a very small part in that movie, and that's all they were meant to be. They were side characters. They're not a main character. They may have 10 minutes in the movie. That was their role. You don't see that person, that side character, come back in the movie because they weren't meant to be. They weren't meant to be in it. They're not there at that, that ending where everything comes together, because they weren't meant to be there. The main characters find each other. And in a lot of movies you see, there'll be two, just trying to think of a movie. One of my favorite movies is Sleepless in Seattle. Well, now Meg Ryan's character was with another guy, Bill Pullman, I think it is. And Tom Hanks, and then they felt there was this connection she felt toward him. And then he saw her when she came to visit that time, and he saw her, and then he felt the connection too. So that connection became real. And the Bill Pullman character didn't really, he was a side character. Sometimes people get hurt, and it's not intentional. It's not because you want to hurt them. It's just sometimes people weren't meant to be. Like in that movie, they weren't meant to be. She was being drawn to someone else. They had a good connection. Some relationships last longer than they should, because you do get along so well. Sometimes we misinterpret our relationship with someone. I dated a girl for 6 months a long time ago, and, we had a great connection. But it wasn't love, and it wasn't a long-term thing. We just got along really well, so it lasted longer than it probably should have. We had a great rapport. But like I said, I knew early on in that relationship that it wasn't the girl for me. I mean, we had a great connection. We had a great friendship. We got along very well. We had the same group of friends, but it wasn't that. And I knew that. But I stayed with her because it was hard to break up with her. It was hard to break up with someone that you really had a great connection with. I didn't want to lose that. I didn't want to lose the friendship. I didn't want to lose and I didn't end up losing it. We ended up breaking up, and we were both on the same page when it came to that. And we were friends, we never stopped being friends. So sometimes we read too deeply into something. Sometimes we get in a relationship and it becomes more platonic, but we hold on to it because we think that that's a connection, and it is a connection, but it's not the connection. It's not the one. But like I said, sometimes we could feel that person long before we meet them. It's kind of like my ex. I mean, I knew something was happening. I knew something was going to happen. I knew something very big was happening. And I knew it. And I dreamed about her before I even seen her, before I even knew who she was. And then the moment I met her, I knew that was who I was thinking about. That was exactly who I was dreaming about. That's who I knew was coming. And it was very easy to accept it. I felt very comfortable very quickly with her. But anyway, I'll stop gabbing. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.